Hey, this is Mike. Thank you so much for choosing this video. Today I'm in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, visiting East Coast Volkswagen, and I'm checking out a 2018 Volkswagen Golf SportWagen in the SEL trim level. So this is basically like an extended Golf, gives you more room there in the back, and it still has the sportiness and awesomeness of the regular Golf. So let's go ahead and check it out. This SportWagen is sitting on 225/45 Hankook tires, wrapped around 17-inch alloy wheels with a silver finish. It also has four-wheel disc brakes with ventilated disc rotors in the front, and as you can see, solid disc rotors there in the back. Hopefully you can see that. The name of this color is Platinum Gray Metallic, and doesn't look like completely gray to me. It has a little bit of a greenish hue to my eyes. Let me know what you think. Hopefully the camera is doing it justice. Probably not with the blue sky reflecting off of it. But anyways, here on the front, it has the chrome extending from the badge. Nice big emblem there in the center, extending out into the headlights here on both sides. Have the same chrome accent there at the bottom with the fog lights. Headlights are powered by halogen bulbs for your low and your high beams, and reflector housings. Same thing with the fog light at the bottom, but right in here you can see that flickering light on the camera. That is an LED daytime running light, and then you have a, just a standard turn signal there. So looking at the profile of the vehicle, you can see station wagon. Got that shape, swooping down a little bit in the back, looking pretty nice. And it has the body colored handles. The color matches well with the wheels to me. And then you have the pillars in a gloss black there and there, just kind of giving you that uniform look of the glass. Upper portion of the side mirror has the body colored, and then you have the silver roof rails on the very top. The side mirrors have the LED turn signal on the side. It also has the blind spot indicator. So that's the blind spot monitor system and rear cross traffic alert system. And the indicators are there on the sides, and the sensors are in this area here. This is what the key looks like. It's a proximity key system. Has a lock and unlock, the ability to unlock the trunk, and a panic button, physical key on the inside, and a switchblade. But generally this key is designed where you can just keep it in your pocket, in your bag, and use the vehicle 100%. With the sensors on the door, you can open up the door, and it has a push button start. So just keep it in your pocket, and you're good to go. You see the sensor there on the door right there. Looking on the inside of the passenger side door, mostly black. It does have some silver accents there with the handle, and then extending on with this right here. And then right here is a gloss black, a little bit of a pattern on it, but mostly gloss black. Soft touch surface here and around your arm. This is kind of like a vinyl type material. Up here is kind of like a Nerf type material. Contrast stitching. The rest of the door is a hard plastic. Now it does have the kind of like a tennis ball type felt on the inside of this large pocket. So you have a combination of manual and power seats. So you have the tilt for the back of the seat here, raise and lower the seat with the manual, and move it forward and back manually. But you also have a manual lumbar adjustment as well. So these are a synthetic leather with they're actually heated with little perforations there in the center portion, and some stitching as well. And look at those bolsters. Stick out quite a bit, but when you actually sit in the seat, it's not really intrusive, or at least it's not on me anyway. Here's a floorboard floor mat, snaps in place in two places, and there's some tapering. It's kind of like it's an offset. It's tapering here, and then it extends that way a little bit. Soft touch dash. You have more of those accents here. Let's take a look in the glove compartments. So you have a place for SD cards and an optical drive. Smooth plastic here, and little places to put coins or SD drives, and a driver's license or something like that. And check out that sunroof. It's massive, massive panoramic sunroof. We'll check that out in a little bit more detail later on. Inside of the back door, you get a little bit more hard touch plastic, so hard touch, you have the same accent, and then you have that soft touch around your arm with the stitching, and then they wedged in a little tweeter speaker there. You also have the storage compartment at the bottom with the felt. Similar looking seats with less bolsters here in the back. Basically hugs your body like a regular seat, but it is a bench seat. Has a pass-through. These seats fold down in a 60-40 split. Your armrest and cup holders, they lift up out of the way. You have the latch system for car seats, rear vents, pockets on the back of both front seats, hump in the center. See that big hump in the middle? Fuel door is here on the passenger side. Traditional cap, tether, place to hang your cap right here. The cap actually has a little post that will stick in there when you take it out. Taking a look at the back of the vehicle, it has a little black shark fin antenna here. Roof rails, you can see those are in like a silver. Third brake light is just under here. And you actually have some LED taillights back here, which is nice. Even the turn signal is LED. Those are not real exhaust tips. They look like they're real, but they don't go anywhere. They're just sealed up. The real exhaust is under here. But they look neat. So that's the deal, and they stay clean. So I guess that's what the point is. Okay, so opening up the hatch, push that, and this turns into your handle. This is also where your backup camera will pop out of, which we'll look at that shortly. You even have some LEDs for your tag light as well. Looking under here, under the hatch, has a place for your triangles. The reflective triangles has a place for those. And the shade is in place. Let's go ahead and release that. Yeah, but it'll stop in a couple places. So it'll stop right there, you push down, and then it releases there. Now that shade's completely removable if you want to take it out if you want to. But check out the cargo space. So even if you have all the seats occupied, you still have a tremendously more amount of cargo space relative to the Golf and the standard Golf. So you have some bag holders here. You also have here, these fold down like so. And then you have some tie downs. You can actually lower the seats, the second row seats here. I'll show you that in just a minute. 12-volt power supply, as well as a power inverter, 115 volt Edison outlet like you'd find in a house. Storage space over here. Tools for your spare tire are behind this cover, so you can just turn these knobs there to secure it again. You also have some knobs there and there. I'll show you what those are for in just a minute. Let's lift this up. So you can lift it up like so. You can check out the spare tire. It also has a Fender subwoofer on top of it. Place to put the shade. So these side pieces are removable, and you can put your shade in here out of the way. You can also take this, fold it like so, and drop it like so. So that way it gets out of your way and you can utilize this space a little bit better. Now, speaking of getting it out of your way, you can also turn this, turn that, turn this. Now we can take this completely out if we want to, and it reveals a secret compartment up there, so you can put all kinds of secret stuff up there. Those dividers are removable, and you can lay this down in the lower position, so that way you can add to your height back here for cargo. Isn't that nice? So when you take this shade out, you can fold down this seat or that seat, or both of them, to add to your cargo space. So let's go ahead and lower one so you can see what I'm talking about. So this latch right here, simply pull it and it flops down the seat. So now I've added to my cargo space while still maintaining passenger space. We can go ahead and fold down the other one just right from back here, and look how much more cargo space we have. Now the shade is removable, and once you remove that shade, it really opens up. Let's go ahead and start it up. As long as you have the key inside your pocket or a bag, as long as it's inside the vehicle, put your foot on the brake, hold it, and push this button right here. Here's the floorboard in front of the driver's seat. Floor mat hooks in place, much wider on this side. Accelerator and brake pedal there, and a footrest on the far left. We're gonna look under the hood, and here's the latch for it. You notice it's flush with this plastic. When you shut the door, it covers it up, so that way you don't accidentally pull it and releasing the hood while you're driving. To open the hood, there's a latch, a little tiny bit of right of center, right in here. So you just reach in, push up, and you can see right there where the latch is, and it goes up by itself. So this has the 1.8 liter, like most of the Golfs, has the 1.8 liter turbocharged direct injection engine, and this one's paired to the 6-speed automatic transmission. So it has the insulated and heat shielded firewall. Strut towers are braced in, and you can see the turbocharger there in the back, the turbine. Check it out. This is, I'm pretty sure that's the oil filter. That's easy to get to, isn't it? Or that's the cover for the oil filter. You take this off and the filter's inside. Be a little bit more precise. And I'm going to put all the specs in the description. All the details. Some people like to go into the deep specs, and so you can find all that stuff in the description, so you can check it out at your leisure. The inside of the driver's side door is just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. There's your power windows. All 4 windows are automatic, 1 touch down and 1 touch up. Just have to hold it for a second. And then you have the side mirrors adjusted here, door lock controls. So the driver in this vehicle, they're special because they have something that the passenger doesn't have, and that is power seats. You have power lumbar adjustments. You have up, down, forward, back, and tilt, and all that stuff with your heated driver's seat. To the left of the steering column, there's your turn, of course your turn signal, but right here is your headlight switch. So basically you have an automatic parking and off, regular, and then there's your off. Pulling it out turns on your fog lights. Dimmer switch for your interior gauges, and then you have a tilt and a telescoping steering column that locks in place, and you have a mini-me glove compartment, so it's a slightly smaller glove compartment on this side. Okay, sitting in the driver's seat, checking it out, and it's amazing how much room these vehicles have. I'm 6 feet tall, and I have the seat all the way back and all the way down. Now it seems like on the manually adjusted seats have a little bit more, slightly more room than the power seat, but just overall, I mean, it's too far back for me to drive this way pretty much. I'm 6 feet tall, and I mean, I can put my legs straight out, and I probably could, since this is an automatic, drive this way, but I don't know, it just seems like I'm too far back. Okay, so looking at the steering wheel, it has a little flat bottom, gloss features, and it's a Feels like a synthetically leather feeling steering wheel. Cruise control is here on the left side, and it has the adaptive cruise control, which you can set your distance between you and the vehicle in front of you with that button. Here's your volume for your radio. Change to your audio tracks or radio stations here. And then these buttons correspond with the screen between the gauges, which we'll get to that in just a minute. Your voice recognition and your Bluetooth phone buttons are there as well. And this one also has the paddle shifters, so you can cycle through those gears. If you can see that, has a paddle shifter there on the back, and you can switch through the gears manually if you like. Windshield wiper controls are there. Turn signal with your headlight dimmer switches on the left side. Alright, so the gauges, black background, white lettering, easy to look at, easy to focus on. So you have your RPMs here on the left side with your engine coolant temperature. On the right side is your speedometer with your fuel gauge. And here in the center is the information screen. Right now it's showing a digital compass at the top, and it has the clock, what gear you're in, digital speedometer, and outside temperature, and a trip and all that stuff at the bottom. Using these buttons, up, down, and here, these side to side and up and down, I'm going to cycle through the screen. So first of all, going left and right, you can see little icons here, so we can select the one we want, and you hit the OK on the one you want. So let's go to vehicle status, scroll to the right, driving aids, assist system, so this would be your adaptive cruise control. Navigation will show up there once it's installed. Whatever your radio is doing will show up here. Scrolling down, we can get more information in a particular screen. So you can see it has a travel time, range, fuel economy. So this will be resettable. So since start, you also have the top speed since start. So your different information there, oil temperature, and then you have your digital speedometer. You see this one has the blue paper still on it, covering up the area where a keyhole would typically go. With plastic. Four-way flashes are here. There's your touch screen. It has a little bit of a sensor there, so as you move your hand up, it expands these options at the bottom. You have a traditional volume, turn through the stations here, and radio. So these are soft touch buttons on the sides here in addition to your touch screen. So your radio's here, has your presets, hit it again, so you have AM, FM, satellite radio, and your presets are here at the bottom. You can choose what you want. You can go into change your band, your channel list. There's tons of stations, so you can view a whole list. You can go into your settings. Let's hit the media button here. So let's change the source. So you have CD, SD card 1, SD card 2, USB, Bluetooth audio, and auxiliary inputs. So those are all your different inputs for your radio. You can pair your phone here. Your voice recognition is there. The navigation hasn't been set up yet. Once it's set up, then you'll have access to that. And you do have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and MirrorLink available once you plug into your cell phone. Get more information regarding your car here. It's basically similar information that you found in the other screen. And then you have the main menu here, in which you can go in and choose the icon that you want. And adjust the climate control on the screen and all that stuff if you'd like. You can also view images straight off of a USB drive as well. Travel Link through SiriusXM is really awesome as well. That's a really cool feature. So you can get, see, the navigation hasn't been set up yet, but once all that's set up, then you can find the nearest gas station. You can sort by price. You can find brands or whatever you want on that. So that's pretty neat. Okay, so scrolling down here, we're looking at the climate control. So it's a dual zone, driver and passenger temperatures here and here. Fan speed. You have your front and rear defrosters in the center. In the center here you have automatic, menu, air conditioning, max air conditioning. You can sync both your driver and passenger. You can see the temperatures there by pushing this button, and you can turn it off here. Fan speed is here in the center when you don't have it on automatic. When you push it on automatic, it just handles everything for you. As soon as you start adjusting it, then it will allow you to adjust the fan speed by yourself. Pushing the menu right here will pop up a visual reference on what's going on with your climate control, where the air is blowing. You can see I have it blowing on all those locations right now, and the temperatures. Alright, so down here, this opens up, a place to put your cell phone or whatever, and it's rubberized at the bottom. This is where you find your USB and auxiliary inputs. This is handy for your cell phone when you're plugging it in for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can, plug your cell phone in and put it in that place and close it up and get out of the way. Alright, so here's your shifter. Put it in reverse. A little backup camera will pop out of that handle so you can see behind you. There's neutral, drive. You can put it over here to manual mode, so you can bump it like a ratchet shifter and change to the gears. You can also put it in sport mode by bumping it down. It'll switch into sport mode. Bump it down again, it'll go back in the drive. You'll know which gear you're in because see right here it says a D at the top right on the screen. Bump it down, goes into S, sport mode. Bump it down again, goes back into drive. When you put it in manual mode, it'll show you manual 1. So when you change the gears, it'll show you what gear you're in. "12-volt power supply here with little places to put cards, business cards or driver's license or whatever. Here's your handbrake, parking brake, cup holders. Little tiny armrest. It is soft to the touch. It slides forward and back. And you lift it up. There's a 12-volt power supply with a little storage space. So you have an auto dim rear view mirror. Little lights up here. You can turn on the lights with the door. When the door opens up, you can have them turn on by pushing that on. You can turn on all your interior lights by pushing that. This is for your sunroof, and that's for your shade. We'll get to that in just a minute. Then you have some emergency roadside assistance buttons up here for getting some help. Visors have lights. Nice glowing, looks like LED light there when you open it up. And mirrors, has a little clip. And the visors actually slide out as well. So the huge sunroof, this huge sunroof, it has a shade, but you notice the shade doesn't cover 100% of the light. It only covers up some of the light. So let's go ahead and open up the shade by pushing this button. Goes all the way back. Look how big that is. I don't know if you can see on camera, but it is huge. Now the back portion is fixed, the front portion actually moves. So let's go ahead and tilt it up, tilt it down, and then we can slide it back. Alright, that's as far back as it goes, which is huge. Go ahead and push it forward. Push it. Go ahead and push the button for the shade and have it come back. It's kind of smooth and slow. So while it's moving forward, let's look at the visibility in the back. So you can see I have one seat down, one seat up, so you get an idea of the headrest obstruction. But overall, not bad. There's a lot of glass back there. The pillars in the back is the only issue as far as having to see around them, but that's something to get used to. Overall, pretty good, I believe. Of course, you have your blind spot monitor system, your backup camera, rear cross traffic alert, all that good stuff to help you out as well. Alright, so there you have it. 2018 SEL SportWagen Volkswagen Golf. So thank you for watching, and thank you to East Coast Volkswagen here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I'll see you guys next time. So I was checking out this car. I actually found something. What appears to be a little diamond here in the floor. I don't know if it's a real diamond. I don't know. Looks like somebody popped out of their ring or something. And so I'm gonna go in there and give it to the manager or one of the salespeople. I know I can trust them, and see if maybe somebody lost their diamond in here. Hopefully it'll go back to the owner. So I know how much of a pain that could be. Have a nice ring or something, and then you lose the diamond out of it. But anyways, hopefully I'll find the owner. Wish me luck.